Yeah, two goals for this exercise, as Donna said. One is just to measure up from what people know on some selected topics, frankly, and we'll go on to talk about those. But the other purpose, as she said, we're going to do the post-test tomorrow afternoon. This morning, in addition to the pre-test, in addition to the questions and the answers, we're going to have some time for discussion on each of those following. So when I put the question up there, give you the chance to click in with your answer, and then I put the answers up and show you, and you look at it, well, and I'll tell you then what the correct answer is, and some of you are going to go, huh? Really? No, I didn't think that was how it was. So we're going to have some opportunity for some discussion to clarify those, and hopefully some good learning time then in the process of going through this pre-test. In terms of measuring the impact of the program, the post-evaluation that we're going to do tomorrow is really the key to satisfying what the grant is looking for. But the other thing we want to do is to be able to compare the pre-test and the post-test to see how much learning took place in the course of the couple of days. And I'll talk more, the envelope has something to do with that. I'll talk more about that when we get to the end. So the first question is, which of these is not? Key word there. And I didn't try to be tricky with the multiple choice and the true and false, but sometimes they kind of feel that way. So which of these is not one of the directive principles in your Constitution? Revitalizing language and culture, working together in a constructive and cooperative spirit, improving nutrition and health, or protecting children and elders from social injustice. All of those are directive principles except one. You can go ahead and vote. Actually, answer B is the correct answer. And that phrase may sound familiar to folks. This is one of those that's understandable if you didn't get the right answer. If that phrase sounds familiar to you, it's because it comes from the preamble of your Constitution. Let's move on to the second one. All governing authority rests with the tribal membership. True or false? Most of you said true, and that is correct. And that statement is taken directly from Article 1, Section A of your Constitution. It states very clearly that the authority rests with the membership. Which of these is not one of the duties and functions that are reserved by the members? A, approve purchase of lands. B, review the treasurer's annual report. C, recommend future tribal enterprises. And D, initiate recall of a council member. All of those are functions reserved by the members except one. Pretty good group there going for number A, and that is the correct answer. Article 1, Section H, subsection 2, reserves the right to approve sales of tribal land, not purchases. So a fine distinction. It's kind of like that math teacher we were talking about. We're looking for the details. Number 4, the Constitution reserves to individuals the right to all of the following except. So these are all in the Constitution reserved to individuals except one. Free exercise of religion, not having to testify against yourself, speedy and public trial, or free defense counsel. The actual constitutional language is a little more definitive. There's a few more words there we summarize. Number 4, the Constitution reserves to individuals the right to all of the following except. So these are all in the Constitution reserved to individuals except one. Free exercise of religion, not having to testify against yourself, speedy and public trial, or free defense counsel. The actual constitutional language is a little more definitive. There's a few more words there we summarized it. Next question, the three branches of government are legislative, judicial, and council, executive, education, and judicial, legislative, executive, and judicial, or legislative, executive, and membership. Oh, hey. Powers of the council include which of the following? To purchase land, to make laws that are not inconsistent with the Constitution, employ legal counsel, approve negotiations with other governments, or all of the above. It's all of the above. And then, from Article 7, Section D, and what I didn't put in the notes here, there are a number of other powers. These certainly aren't all of them, but selected a few. Council may meet in closed session for personnel matters, significant privacy concerns, reasons clearly expressed in the open meeting statute, or litigation. The correct answer is C. The Constitution is clear. It states that it can be for reasons that are clearly expressed in the statute. The examples that are up here are all examples that are also in that section of the Constitution of possible kinds of reasons. And they are the kinds of reasons that most of us think of with an open meeting statute. But the language states clearly that you do have the authority to write reasons into your statute. Next one, the annual meeting shall be called by the executive branch. Here's a gimme for you. The United States Postal Service, petitioned by 20% of registered voters, or the membership speaker. Actually, Article 1, Section C directs the executive branch to call the annual meeting, so it's answer A. Which branch has power to approve the creation or dissolution of executive divisions or departments? Judicial, revenue, executive, or legislative? D is the correct answer. Article 7, Section D, subsection 22 grants them that authority. It is important to engage citizens to perpetuate our way of life for future generations, to assure that the power of our government rests with the membership, in consideration of the next 7 generations, or all of the above. Probably the least specifically supportable answer in the entire pretest. And you all got it right. All of those statements are taken from your Constitution, and they highlight the value of citizen participation. But I don't think there's anything in there that specifically says these items are important to the citizen engagement. Question? Net Nakwa? Am I pretty close on that? Okay. Is the first documented woman chief, and when did she serve? 1780 to 1810, 1800 to 1850, 1820 to 1850, 1850 to 1880, or 1900 to 1950. Across the board with a little stronger emphasis on 1820 to 1850, and that is the correct answer, 1820 to 1850. And then finally, and here's another one that I didn't ask. Is that Wisconsin? Yes. Good, okay. Was settled by followers of missionaries in what year? 1750, 1829, 1847, or 1901. I'll give you a hint, it's not C. Pretty strong support there for B.